Hello and welcome to the St Kilda and Bayside Report. We are well into June 2021. We're no longer locked down, and my name's Gary Peer.
I'm Jeremy Rosens. We're not locked down, Gary, but your hairdresser clearly has been locked down and punished. He's in a holding cell somewhere.
Holding pattern, yeah.
I reckon we need to release that man with his scissors and let him loose on that head of yours.
He'll need a bit of time. I've got a bit of hair there to get through, Jim. But how about the market? Because this time of year, and I was just saying this before to Philip on weekly GPTV.
Yes.
This time of year, Jeremy Rosens, usually we find there's many agents that are in that the hoi polloi of real estate. You won't find them here. They're all off to their chateaus in France or to their Mykonos resorts or retreats or to maybe somewhere in Italy, beautiful. But now we're all here in Melbourne, not going anywhere.
For the second year in a row, they haven't been able to take their mid-year.
Absolutely.
Can they go to the snow?
And we can't do our usual trip to Geelong or wherever we'd usually go in June, Jeremy. We're stuck.
Can you be careful not to make fun of Geelong? I've got a very dear friend of mine in Geelong, and he does watch the show.
Nothing wrong with that. I know, he loves the show. And
he's our regional watcher.
They're the greatest team of all. Well, how about the goal that they got up with on Friday night? Anyway, well, you mentioned, not to upset him.
Football. I don't want to talk about football, Gary.
We don't want, definitely, as Carlton supporters, we're not talking about football, not going there. But Mr. Rosens, it is actually a very interesting year in terms of June, July, because last year we were kind of locked down. Now
we weren't we were absolutely locked down.
This year we're not in lockdown. No. We're open, but we're not anywhere other than here in Melbourne.
We have a captive audience.
It's a very different year, and I think we can see it with a number of people that are out, that are listing, that are buying, that are bidding and competing. It's a very strong, potent market out there for some things more than others, but it is pretty good.
Strangely, Gary. Firstly, strangely, I agree with you.
Yeah, that is strange.
Secondly,
unique.
This little 2-week lockdown that we had seems to have, it's like it's thrown a couple of logs on the fire and it's pushed it a little, it's created that bit more urgency. People get locked down and they come out fast and they want to do everything. So the numbers it opens have been massive.
Does lockdown drive the market?
It doesn't drive it, it fuels it, Gary, which is another way of saying driving.
Fueling the market. There you go. That could be the right heading for the week, for the month.
Well, it's a question, Gary. Does lockdown fuel? I mean, I say yes.
And why is it so? I think it does. I think
we should do some scientific experiments here.
No, we're just realistic.
With an egg through the milk?
No, we're just salespeople. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Because you look a bit like that guy. What's his name?
Julia Sumner Miller.
You do look a bit like him.
We are just salespeople. Don't get carried away.
No.
Look, people tune in to hear what's going on, to hear about the vibe, what's happening out there. And I've got to say, I went for a walk down Ackland Street in our local hood in St Kilda, and I've got to say, Jem, Mr. Rosens, was it pumping? People are just dying. It's like a bull at the gate. We've just been pushing that gate, wanting to get through, and as soon as it opens, we're going to go into the ring and just run around in circles, go crazy, butt anything that's near us, the matadors or anything else that's in the way. We just want to go wild and just enjoy life, because Melbourne people are outgoing people, and you know what? We're sick of being restrained, locked down, held back.
You know what? I just listened to that.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you just said.
I don't really know.
You talked about bulls, running around in circles. Yeah. I know you went to Ackland Street. That's about all I got.
A bit off track. Yeah, there's a lot of people in Ackland Street. I think that's the message. Should we talk about what's been happening in the market? Because
Gary.
It's a strong market, Jim.
It's a good market, Gary.
Mr. Rosens, we are seeing certainly for land and freestanding homes and villas and apartments with courtyards. Now they're running hot.
Apartments, Gary, that have got something special about it, like a courtyard or a significant renovation.
Yeah, or a big apartment.
Yeah,
people are going gangbusters.
They are indeed, Gary.
And we can talk about some of the sales that we've had, Jeremy. 2 at 91, 2 at 81 Elmer Road. Well, that's sold.
Therein it lies, Gary, the exact outcome of what you just said. Big apartment, 2.5 bedrooms, kind of third bedroom, courtyard garden. Great block, competitively bid for. And eventual selling price there, Gary, $752,000.
Waterloo. The Battle of Waterloo did begin and end back there in May, not that long ago, just last month. And I've got to say, I enjoyed selling that property. Jeremy sold for $486,000 with some great competition, and it was a fun auction, with people that were happy and having a good time out on the street.
Well, that's St Kilda, Gary.
No, it is St Kilda, isn't it? Redan Street, 817 Redan Street. Well, you auctioned that one.
I did. It was a rainy day. We took it inside, and we had a couple of buyers going for it. Unfortunately, the gentleman who missed out We say, you didn't get the chocolates, but he did get the chocolates. Okay. He's been to 3 of my auctions, and I've given him chocolates at all 3 of them, and he's missed them.
He hasn't had the champagne yet.
He's going to buy the 4th,
I'm sure he will. Charnwood Road, another apartment sold for $644,000. By the way, Redan sold for $651,000.
It did, Gary.
$644,000, another competitive auction. Lamore Herskovitz ran it.
Yes, that's a beautiful older style block, Gary. Many years ago, we sold the block together, you and I, and this has been refurbished. Lovely apartment in that beautiful tree-lined street of Charnwood.
Love that address. Southie Street was a unique property, sold very competitively for $2,631,000.
An interesting property and a great address, Gary, and a great result for our vendors.
And well done to Leo Samuel involved in that sale. 11 Somerset Street, St Kilda. Well, that was a beauty, wasn't it?
Well, this one, Gary, this was on the eve of the snap lockdown.
Yep.
We brought all of our auctions forward. We did them on a Thursday night. We just pulled everybody in. And it's unbelievable, Gary. You call someone at 12 to tell them there's going to be an auction
at 5
that
or 6,
night,
whatever it is,
which they were expecting a couple of days or at least a week away, and they turn up and they bid, and it just goes to show you that people can make decisions quickly if they want something. That was a great home.
Property is on top of the list. If someone wants to buy a home, I'd like a midnight auction there. In fact, an agent did an open at midnight. I would have loved to have done that. Yeah, so well done to the agent. Thought of that.
Well, I wouldn't do that, Gary, because you know what I'm doing at 11. There's only one 11:59 in my life, and it's AM.
Lunchtime, yeah. No, 11:59 is just when we start coming.
You probably would have just had dinner.
And the Pier House.
You should go to live in Spain, Gary. I reckon you'd be quite. Got that European
definitely.
vibe
Well, I've got
about
some
you.
European background. I think I missed out, in staying around there and doing the whole late night dinner things. Cowper Street. Well, that was a great looking property, and well done to Daniel Peer and Leo Samuel involved in that sale. $1,750,000 thereabouts. That was the asking
Big price, I think.
It went for something like that. And the property in Spencer Street, a unique property, and I know that you were very busy there, speaking to many people, and well done to the buyer who's going to buy it, who did buy it, who's going to have some great future plans for that particular property. 1 to 4 at 5 to 7 Spencer Street. The asking price was in that sort of low $4 million range.
Gary, we can say it was actually an auction.
Yeah.
And we sold it shortly after the auction. Our price range was 3.7
to 4, So
it sold.
Yeah, in excess.
I think we can
say that without saying the price.
No.
So well done to the vendor and the buyer of that property, Jeremy Rosens. That was Spencer Street sold. That's a bit of a wrap.
Sale, Gary.
We've got some stuff coming up. We've got some good stuff coming up. We're going to be in Knott Street, which is not a bad position at all, in Port Melbourne. That's at 10:30 a.m. We're looking forward to that one. We've sold in this block before.
We have, Gary, and hopefully, well, I can see here that I'm doing the auction, which is good, because with that sort of humour of yours, I don't think the people of Knott Street in Port Melbourne accept that sort of
good Port Melbourne people love it. I've got Graham doing the auction here.
Well, that's JR, not GC, but anyway.
Anyway, we'll work it out.
I'll be doing that one, and I'm looking forward to it, Gary, because it's a beautiful 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car. Only moments from the beach and just behind Bay Street, Port Melbourne, Gary, which is a buzzy, happening little strip there.
Now, this block at 11 Avenue, I'm very familiar with it, as you probably are. It's a great looking block, Jim, and I've got the auction honours on this one in July. I'm looking forward to it.
540 to 590, Gary. This is exemplary buying. If you're an investor, if you're somebody who wants to own it and occupy, it's been updated. It's a great size. It's nice and open. 2 bed, 1 bath, 1 car. You'll be doing the auction, and Limor Herskovitz will be doing the selling.
Now, you're not able to attend that auction, and you're not allowed to do the auction. You are forbidden from being there because you're going to be in Tennyson Street at the same time.
Forbidden is a very strong word.
12 at 94, yeah.
I don't think I'm forbidden. If I wanted to be there, I could.
You couldn't.
Because if I sell Tennyson Street, for example, prior to auction, I'll be able to be there. There's no encumbrances on me being there.
No.
So
you're right.
You have to retract that statement.
I'll retract that statement.
Thank you. This one in Tennyson Street is beyond bespoke, Gary. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it is.
It's 3 bedrooms. It's got the most sensational renovation. Beautiful dark stained floors, and the kitchen is something to behold.
Well, that's the sort of apartment that people are wanting, isn't it?
Well, I'm hoping so, Gary, because the numbers through the door are significant, and we think it's going to go well.
We're back in Charnwood Road. We love it there.
Gary.
And we love this style of property. What a
modern
beautiful
block,
looking
2
place.
bed, 1 bath, the luxury of not 1 car space, Gary, but 2. 630 to 690 there. Got some good interest in this. Limor and I will be selling that with Nikki's help, and we're looking forward to it,
Lots
Gary.
of apartment action going on. We've got a double in Mitford Street, 38 Mitford Street coming up, and then also 23 Mitford Street.
Well, we are the Mitford Street specialists, Gary. This one at number 32, or 23, I should say. We opened it up on the weekend.
Yep.
There were over 80 people inspecting that property within the confinements of the DHHS instructions.
Of course, with spacing and everything else.
As ludicrous as it is, we still did it. It was a long inspection, and we shuffled them in and shuffled them out. Anyway, lots of people there. That's a beautiful older style house that was split into apartments with a new block out the back. This is part of the old 1 bed, 1 bath, 1 car. and a bit of a courtyard garden there as well.
And 7 at 38 Mitford Street, I know that one well. Also another terrific property going up in July. Great looking property. Phil, Jeremy, we are going to finish off. Sorry about that. We are going to finish off Mr. Rosen's in Grieve Street, St Kilda. This is great looking property.
This is cool, Gary. This is just behind my office. This is not 1 bedroom, Gary.
No.
Nor is it 2.
No.
It's 3.
Wow. And how many bathrooms?
2 bathrooms, Gary.
Love it.
And a courtyard garden that faces north.
That's beautiful.
And has western orientation.
Love that.
And if you buy this and you're short of coffee, come knock on the door. We'll make a coffee for you. Once a week maximum.
There you go.
We do have a little voucher. That's
Part
a
of the
ripper
deal.
there, Gary. That's a great apartment. Looking forward to bringing that to the market in a few
over
weeks'
the back
time.
of you, just about see it from the boardroom. That pull-up, can't you?
You can't, but you can.
Yeah, just about.
You sort of can.
Yeah,
it's not really important.
That's a big wrap on the St Kilda report. There's lots going on. There's some great offerings, and it's a busy time of year for this time of year.
It is, Gary, and there's lots of buyers out and about. Prices are maintaining their stability, I think we should say, and some things are moving forward. If you're looking at a spring sale, you need to be thinking about it right now, Gary, because we are booking fast for spring.
Fast and furious. If you want to sell this year and you
get
want
your
to do
skates on, Gary.
St Kilda and Bayside, speak to Mr. Rosens. He's ready to take your order and get you started as we move through to the winter months and through towards spring, which we are now listing for 2021. An exciting time. Money is in it very, very cheap compared to what it was before. The market's strong. And we're looking forward to bringing you all the news on the St Kilda and Bayside Report. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Jeremy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.